On January 1st, 2024, the copyrights for the animated shorts The Gallopin' Gaucho, Plain Crazy, and Steamboat Willie expire. Which means one thing. After 95 years, Mickey Mouse has entered the public domain. However, this doesn't mean that you can use the modern version of Mickey, but it also doesn't mean that you have to stick to the Steamboat Willie version 100%. I'm sure this is going to bring in a lot of confusion. What can I use? What can't I use? Well, today I'm going to try to clear the air of what version of Mickey is now in the public domain. Warning, I am not a lawyer, so if Disney tries to sue you, I'm just a guy trying to do the best he can. Number 1. Voice. I'm going to start with the easiest one. The Gallopin' Gaucho and Plain Crazy are silent, and in Steamboat Willie, Mickey does not talk. However, he does make noises that are pretty similar to the voice that would eventually become modern Mickey's voice. However, Mickey would not talk until The Carnival Kid in 1929, which becomes public domain next year. However, you can create your own Mickey voice based off the noises he makes in Steamboat Willie, but you cannot use the modern Mickey voice. Part 2. Gloves. As we can clearly see here in Steamboat Willie, Mickey has no gloves on. So that means I can't use Mickey with gloves on, right? Wrong. If you look at the title card for Steamboat Willie, we can clearly see Mickey has gloves on. Also, if we take a look at this poster, we can see Mickey with yellow gloves on, and this poster, we can see Mickey with white gloves on. White glove Mickey is more iconic, so if you want to use that one, you are free to. Part 3. Shoes. Well, sorry, no luck yellow shoe Mickey fans. The only currently public domain photo of Mickey with colored shoes is this poster, which clearly shows Mickey with brown shoes, so that's the best we can do. Part 4. Eyes. Many have argued that public domain Mickey's eyes can only be black holes. However, this is not true. If we go to the title card of Steamboat Willie, as well as the design of Mickey used in Plain Crazy and the Gallopin' Gaucho, we can see that he has full eyes. Sure, they're not the exact same as the modern Mickey eyes, but he does have full eyes. Part 5. Pants. Well, clearly I can't use the iconic red pants. I mean, the cartoon is black and white, for God's sakes. Well, if we take a look at this beautiful poster again, would you look at that? Red pants. Part 6. Characteristics. We all know Mickey is this lovable underdog who's always trying to do the right thing. But one thing about the original Mickey is that he was kind of a troublemaker and a little bit of an asshole. Okay, maybe not on the same level as Bugs Bunny, but he's certainly not the same mouse that we know today. Part 7. Tail. One thing that was actually taken away instead of added was Mickey's tail, which the modern version does not have. However, I wouldn't worry about this one too much, as I wouldn't exactly call taking something away from a character an original idea. However, if you want some assurance, there's some frames where they forgot to draw his tail, so there you go, there's your public domain no-tail Mickey. Part 8. Trademark. One protection that Disney still has on Mickey, aside from future versions still being under copyright, for now at least, is trademark. Unlike copyright, trademark does not expire, so they pretty much have this one forever. Sorry folks. Trademark is the brand of the product, the logos, the names, anything you associate with it. So you can't have Mickey Mouse be the title of your work. However, you could just use Mickey. After all, Mickey is just a generic name anyone could have. This is what I like to call the Logan treatment. Swapping out trademarked names for more generic names that are still associated with the brand. However, unlike Logan, instead of their reason being artistic, ours is purely legal, to avoid any lawsuits from Disney. If we take a look at the infamous Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, we can see they titled the film Winnie-the-Pooh instead of Winnie the Pooh, the latter of which is trademarked by Disney, and the former is not. So I guess you could get away with it if your title is Mickey Dash Mouse, and maybe if you make a new logo. However, I'm not 100% sure on this one. Then again, Blood and Honey was a horror film that clearly Disney would never make, so maybe that's how they got away with it, I don't know. Part 9. Side characters. The only mainstay side characters from the Mickeyverse that appear in these original shorts are Minnie and Pete, so you can use the original versions of them. However, there are two other public domain Mickey cartoons from after 1928, 1930's Mickey's Follies and 1933's The Mad Doctor. So you can use characters that originated in these shorts. I want to emphasize that real quick, originated. This does not mean that every character that appears in these shorts is public domain. Just because Pluto appeared in The Mad Doctor does not make him public domain yet. An example of this would be Superman. Superman first appeared in Action Comics #1. So when the Fleischer Studios animations of Superman entered public domain, the character did not enter public domain yet. On the opposite side, with King Kong, the character was created for the 1933 film, however a novelization of the script was released before the film. The copyright on the novelization lapsed, and because that was the first public appearance of King Kong, he became public domain. So when a character originates from a public domain work, that makes them public domain, at least the version in the public domain work. Hell, that's even how we have Mickey in the public domain right now. Anyway, back to these Mickey shorts. I'd say the most notable character that appeared from these shorts is Dr. XXX, who would later become a prominent character in the Epic Mickey games. Speaking of Epic Mickey, last year Oswald the Lucky Rabbit also became public domain, so you can use him and any characters from his public domain shorts. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit is still trademarked, so you can't have that be in the title. Also, you can't have his character too similar to his version in Epic Mickey. Same goes for Dr. XXX as well. Anyway, so to recap, your Mickey can have red pants, full eyes, as long as they're not too close to the modern ones, a voice similar to the noises he made in Steamboat Willie, but not the exact same as the modern one, yellow or white gloves, brown shoes, tail or no tail, a troublemaking personality, a title that is not a trademark violation, the original Pete, the original Minnie, the original Oswald, and any characters that originated in the public domain shorts. But these are really just guidelines. As long as you don't get too close to the Disney versions, go nuts man, it's what the public domain's for.